Hi there, I'm Mario. Let's talk smart cities. Today we're diving into how AI can transform cities like Doha and Lusail into havens of walkability and efficient public transport, even under the scorching sun of the desert. As a resident of Lusail only half a year ago, the city does suffer from walkability issues during the summer, and the city of Doha in general. Our journey today will start with the intro and the challenge, the case study Lusail versus Masdar City, AI tools and techniques, and recommendations and proposals. The challenge of making Lusail and Doha walkable in general is the climate. First off, the temperatures. On average, daylight temperatures hover around 45 degrees Celsius. That's 113 degrees Fahrenheit from June to August. But hold on to your hats, because it can rocket up to a scorching 50 degrees Celsius or 122 degrees Fahrenheit during heat waves. And it's not just a brief affair. This heat stretches from mid-April all the way to mid-October. That's a marathon of sunscreen and hydration. As you can see from the image on the right, the region is pretty hot. But what's the overall climate like? Doha boasts a dry subtropical desert climate with very little rain, averaging just around 71 millimeters annually. Winters, however, offer a reprieve. They're mild and pleasant, with temperatures cozying between 13 degrees Celsius and 18 degrees Celsius. So how do residents cope, you might ask? By staying indoors during the hottest parts of the day, keeping hydrated, and of course, counting down to those cooler winter months. In Doha, the weather is more than just small talk. It's a daily challenge and a seasonal triumph. Let's move on to our case studies. Lusail is the second largest city in Qatar after Doha, and the economic capital of Qatar, located on the east coast in the southern part of the municipality of Al Dayan. While Doha and Lusail boast some impressive strides in urban mobility, our journey towards a truly walkable city is just getting started. Let's navigate through the challenges and potential solutions to enhance our daily commutes. A study in 2021 highlighted a roadblock: the heavy reliance on private vehicles. With 87.5% of people using cars for their daily routine and 93.2% relying on them for commuting, it's clear the roads are more car-filled than car-free. So why aren't more people jumping on the public transport bandwagon? Well, 24% would consider it for the sake of the environment, but several hurdles stand in the way. Waiting times. Lifestyle habits, the scorching climate, and inconvenient metro station locations deter many. The real challenge? Bridging the gap, literally. The first and last mile of our journey often lacks the necessary connectivity, making walking to and from public transportation less appealing. There may be mobility solutions such as the metro and the LRT, but they are not as popular as they can be due to the unwalkability of Doha in general. Improving walkability isn't just about adding more sidewalks, it's about integrating mixed-use developments, ensuring safe and shaded pathways, smart mobility systems, and enhancing the overall urban experience. That brings us neatly to Masdar City. Masdar City is an urban community in Abu Dhabi, the capital of the United Arab Emirates. Masdar City integrates cutting-edge technology and traditional architectural principles to create a low-carbon, renewable milieu that changes our conventional concepts of urban spaces. With its focus on sustainability, Masdar City is more than just an experiment. It's a real-life showcase of how cities can function more efficiently, sustainably, and harmoniously with the environment. Let's delve deeper into what makes Masdar City a model for future cities around the globe, especially when it comes to its layout, walkability, and public transport. Masdar City redefines urban space, starting from the ground up. The streets are narrow, shaded by architectural overhangs and lined with photovoltaic panels, not just reducing the urban heat but also powering the city sustainably. Innovative cooling comes from wind towers that funnel breezes into public squares, while the entire city operates above an automated transportation network. The subterranean system of electric vehicles, including passenger and freight, keeps the surface pedestrian-friendly and virtually car-free. Transportation is revolutionized here with the personal rapid transit and Navia autonomous shuttles. Both are electric, driverless, and designed for the crucial first and last mile, ensuring a seamless, emission-free commute. Mazdar's approach to urban design focuses on making pedestrian movement a joy rather than a chore. The city's layout, from its fine-grained urban fabric to shaded corridors, encourages walking, enhances social interactions, and integrates community spaces effectively. Through thoughtful integration of design and technology, Masdar City not only supports a sustainable lifestyle, but also sets a global benchmark for future urban developments. For the AI tool, I will be using Autodesk Forma. The reason being, it has great tools that can do the following: microclimate analysis, wind analysis, daylight potential and sun hours, and of course, AI renderings for your proposals. And it even has a compare tool which I will be using to compare the current design scheme with the design scheme I have developed that was inspired by the layout of Masdar City. I will be focusing on a small area that is only 500 meters in diameter, in Fox Hill South, Lusail. This is where I used to live. Here to the left side is the current design scheme. To the right, you can see my proposed layout. I was inspired by the Sikat scheme of Masdar City, which focuses more on the pedestrians and less on cars. I have changed the layouts of the roads. As you can see in my proposed solution, I have more car-free streets. You can also see that I've been using the Sikat layout within the superblocks. And yes, I am using superblocks to basically reduce car use within the compound. Next, we have sun hours. As you can see, the left side has a lot more sunlight on the ground, sitting at 53% of it, getting more than 9 hours of sunlight a day. The proposal, however, reduces this number to 30% of the total area. Also, areas that receive 0 to 1 hour of sunlight has been increased from 7% to 11% in my proposal. This will make Fox Hill South much more walkable, as there are much more shaded areas and the ground does not have as much sunlight throughout the day. We now go to the microclimate analysis. Here I have selected a 500-meter diameter circle where the analysis will take place. The analysis shown here is taken during the month of June, which is one of the hottest months in the country. When comparing the current solution to my proposed solution, temperatures that range from 35 to 40 degrees Celsius has been increased from 92% to 95%. Although this might not be a great difference, having the shaded walkways and narrow alleyways will make the walking experience much more pleasant. Next, we have wind analysis. Similar to the microclimate analysis, I chose a 500-meter diameter circle where the analysis will take place. When comparing the current solution to my proposed solution, a much more calmer flow of wind within the design where sitting and standing winds are increased from 19 to 25 in the proposed solution. You can also see that there are more alleyways for wind to pass through, making them cooler during hot summer days. And last but not the least, we have the AI rendering feature of Autodesk Forma. I simply angle the camera to my desired view and open the Evolve Lab Veris extension. The prompt I used was award-winning photorealistic rendering of modern sustainable village, rounded edges, golden hour, summer, desert, city background, UAE, Middle East. And here is the final render. Upon saying this, I already have a lot of ideas on how I can improve the design, and it is a great tool to quickly see your design proposal in context. And that brings us to the end of our exploration today. There's so much more that can be explored, from the vertical layers that stack up to form a truly three-dimensional urban experience, to the intricate mobility systems that keep the city buzzing and vibrant. Given more time, I'd love to dive deeper into these aspects, examining how they interplay to create a seamless and sustainable urban tapestry. And with that, thank you for joining me on this fascinating journey into the future of urban living. Until next time, keep envisioning the possibilities.